First, yes, I actually did drive 12 hours just to go karting.
I wasn't joking, I actually did drive 12 hours. In fact, this says 13.
And yes, it was absolutely worth it for the first time in like 3 years that I've ever even stepped foot in a go-kart. Yes, heck yes, it was very much worth it. I will tell you why.
Endurance Karting has been kind enough to let me practice with them just before the race, so I figure as a thank you to them for letting me do this, I would like to share with you exactly why I think they are the best karting organization on the East Coast, starting with their karts. When racing with Endurance Karting, you'll have the privilege of driving one of these. A Dino chassis powered by a Honda GX270 engine, pushing you to speeds that exceed 50 miles per hour.
That's pretty fast when you're this low to the ground. Now, without the driver, the cart only weighs about 285 pounds, so to keep things fair, we use this ballast box right here. In it, you put a varying variety of weights in order to keep the competition equal across the board.
The track itself, absolutely fantastic. One of the best go-karting tracks that I have ever stepped foot on. The reason being, Chris had let me know that the track had actually been newly renovated, and so when we drove on it, the surface was actually very, very clean, very smooth. And keep in mind, I don't know how it is in other countries, but at least in America, there already is not a lot of go-kart tracks. And the go-kart tracks that you do get on, you hop on, and it's number one, it's not competitive whatsoever. It's more just arcadey fun. I gotta say, the track really tests your fundamentals when it comes to being a driver, not just go-karting, but actual driving in cars. The tires that Endurance Karting uses are hard tires, which is great for durability. You really have to learn how to manage things like oversteer, understeer, and proper braking, because if you don't, the kart is just sliding. Chris also said this, and I actually agree with him, because when I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. I experienced a lot of G-force while driving, and it let me know that as a driver, I have to really work out my neck. With the harder tires, you experience less cornering G's, and with the softer ones, you experience more. And so he said the reason that they use them is because essentially we want people to be able to come back. You're racing hard, it takes a lot of skill to get around the turns. If you use stickier tires, it exerts more G-force onto the body, which means you're gonna have people who get at the end of these 8-hour races, these 6-hour races, and their body feels like absolute crap, even more so than what they already feel like now. He doesn't want the driver to rely on all of their mistakes being hidden by the fact that the tires have extra grip, and more so, you have to use a whole lot more of your body in order to rotate that kart. It's almost like a gym routine, a full body routine through every single lap, and I think that's really what I loved most about the track. It's large enough and the turns are large enough to give you a lot of thinking time to decide how to come up. Almost to remind yourself, this is exactly how I'm supposed to take the turn, this is flat out, I don't need to use the brakes. All of these things kind of accumulated together. It's not like those super tiny indoor tracks where everything is so close up. You have to, there's no real thinking about the turn. You can really use this track as a way to practice karting theory.
This is me 2 hours after an intense karting session, and let me say, my neck is killing me. The staff is fantastic. The karts are like, okay, I know people say the karts are equal and all that whenever they have their own little karting complex or karts facility or whatever. These things, these are equal. I was in like 7 different karts, and every single one felt exactly the same, which is great because when they do the kart changes, that's their fuel change. You aren't getting into something that's completely different than something that you've experienced before.
You don't have to worry about bringing your own helmet. You don't have to worry about bringing your own gloves, jacket. I think they even have full-on racing suits there, and neck collars too. You also, this is really big in racing, you don't have to worry about insurance. Whenever you're going and you're trying to race, what ends up happening is you have to worry about your car, you have to worry about the gear that you bring, and you have to worry about, most importantly, track insurance, race day insurance. And if you damage something on the track, you have to pay for that. All of your payment is covered. Everything is included in that.
This was quite the experience and thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you so much, Endurance Karting, for having me. This was phenomenal. I think going back on the whole karting experience, if you are new to karts on tarmac, I would I would definitely say that the grip is definitely grippier than whatever the indoor karting facilities have, because that's usually the most accessible to most people, and it's also the cheapest. However, if you are looking for something that actually trains your body, trains your muscles, trains like the throttle modulation, and in a real world scenario, because you know cars don't race on whatever the smooth cement floors are, they're racing on tarmac, and so you really get to feel what it would feel like on a, number one, affordable scale. Number two, you just bring your behind. That's it. You can get a taxi here. I mean, I think one of the members lives like less than half an hour away. So to be able to come here and race and do something, experience something like this, I mean, tomorrow these guys are going to race for 8 hours. And the owner and operator is here at every event because he's operating the event. So he's there for feedback. They all want to know. They ask everybody, how's the kart? How's it feeling? And they don't do it at the very end. They, throughout the entire session, they're asking you, how does it feel? What's your reaction to it? Is there anything that they need to change? They are here to make your karting experience a karting experience to remember and something that you can come back to. All right. Well, thanks for joining me at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Where's the sign? I need to say this the right way. I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thanks for joining me. This was fantastic. Thank you, Endurance Karting. This was fantastic. I can't wait to race with you guys again. And holy schmoly, that was awesome. Time to go home. Time to go home.